Good morning. My name is Jerry, and welcome to Bread and Breath Devotional, a daily moment to slow down, breathe, and hear what God might be saying to us today. Let's feed our spirit before the world feeds us the stress. Today's daily bread is titled, Go Back and Finish the Battle. Go back and finish the battle. Coming from the book of Joshua, chapter 8, verses 1 and verses 18 through 19. And it skips over to verses 24 through 27. So this passage comes after a painful moment for Israel. In chapter 7, they were defeated at Ai, or Ai, because of sin in the camp. They expected victory, but instead they experienced loss, confusion, and humiliation. But in chapter 8, God speaks again, and what he says is powerful. Joshua 8:1 says, And the Lord said unto Joshua, Fear not, neither be thou dismayed. See, I have given into thy hand the king of Ai, and his people, and his city, and his land. This is important because the last time they faced Ai, they lost, they failed, they were discouraged. But now God tells Joshua, do not be afraid and do not be discouraged. In other words, failure did not cancel the promise. And somebody needs to hear that today. Just because you fail once does not mean God is finished with you. Just because you fell into sin does not mean God has taken his calling back. Just because you were embarrassed does not mean your story is over. God tells Joshua to go back to the same place where he lost, but this time with God's instruction. Sometimes God will send you back to the very place where you were defeated, not to shame you, but to show you that with him, you can win what you lost before. Then in verse 18, the Lord tells Joshua, Stretch out the spear that is in thy hand towards Ai, for I will give it into thine hand. Joshua had to stretch out the spear in obedience. That act may have looked small, but it was an act of faith. Victory was not just about fighting. It was about trusting God enough to do what he said. Many times we want God to fix everything instantly. But God often asks us to obey first. Stretch out the spear. Take the step. Do the hard thing. Repent. Pray again. Try again. Go back again. And when Joshua stretched out the spear, the men in ambush rose up quickly and took the city. The victory came when Joshua followed God's instruction exactly. Then in verses 24 through 27, the battle is finished. The enemy is defeated. The city is taken. And Israel finally has the victory they should have had the first time. But this victory feels different because now they understood and understand something that they didn't understand before. They understand that victory without obedience leads to defeat, but obedience with God leads to victory. Sometimes God allows us to fail so we can learn how to depend on him. If Israel had never lost in chapter 7, they might have thought their strength was enough. But after defeat, they learned that success only comes when God is with you. And this applies to our spiritual life too. There are battles with sin that we lose. There are habits we thought we beat, but they come back. There are situations where we thought we were strong, but we fail anyway. There are moments when we feel like we disappointed God. But Joshua chapter 8 shows us something encouraging. God did not tell Joshua it is over. He told him, go back. Go back to the place of prayer. Go back to obedience. Go back to trusting God. Go back and fight again, but this time with me. And when God is with you, the second time can look very different from the first time. Notice also that God gave them a strategy this time. Before, they rushed in confidently. This time, they listened carefully. Sometimes our defeats teach us to slow down and hear God more clearly. And by the time we reach the end of the chapter, the same city that caused fear is now conquered. The same place that caused tears now shows victory. The same battle that brought to shame now brings testimony. And that is how God works. He can take the place where you fail and turn it into the place where you grow. He can take the thing that embarrassed you and turn it into the thing that teaches you. He can take the battle you lost and give you victory the next time if you walk with him. So if you feel discouraged today, remember Joshua chapter 8. Failure is not final. God is not finished. You can go back. You can try again. You can obey again. You can fight again. And with God, you can still win the battle. Bread and breath. If this blessed you, please like, share, and subscribe, and share this with one person who needs peace today. Be blessed, family.